Alright guys, it's Tacho here playing some Fire Emblem Heroes, and got a brand new Grand Hero Battle event. This is versus Clarisse, and I'm going to be doing my Infernal run right here. It's, overall, I would say this is way easier than the Legion Grand Hero Battle event we had from a couple of days ago. So my strategy here is to just have Ike run right in there. I'm going to put Ike on a defense tile, so he's going to take reduced damage. And we're just going to let him take care of the opponents for now. For backup, I've got Reinhardt and Cecilia, who both have Hone Cavalry to buff each other. Alright, so here comes Clarisse. She has Glimmer built up right at the start, so that could be a problem if you're not going to be able to take a hit from her. But Ike is really tanky. He can take the hits, and on that defense tile, he's going to be even tankier. So not much to worry about when it comes to Ike on this map. And he's also got Vantage 3, which is going to come in real handy here. Yeah, check that out. This green mage never knew what hit him. I just get the hit. And also, he's got Aether built up right now, so I can go ahead and use that. I'm going to attack the thief with that. This thief here has Wind Sweep 3, so be a little careful about that. He's going to be able to get free hits on your characters. But I'm just going to finish him off with Cecilia there. And I'm going to have Reinhardt finish off Clarisse. Also, the blue mage on this map has Water Sweep 3, so he can also get free hits on your characters, so be careful of that. It's not too big a deal though, you just run right in and take care of them like no problem at all here. And then the last guy is this sword fighter. He has Panic Ploy 3, so try not to line your units up with him or else he's going to lower their stats. But he's not a big threat. He also doesn't exist on the Lunatic map. He is unique only to the Infernal mode. But overall, it's some pretty simple stuff. Really fun. I got to have Ike just abuse these guys. So there you go. That's my Infernal run. And we're just going to go ahead and talk about Clarisse a bit now. I'm going to give you guys a bit of a breakdown on her stats and her skills and whether or not she's worth all the hassle. So let's go ahead and find her. Okay, there she is. Okay, so let's go ahead and start talking about Clarisse for a bit. Let's take a look at her skills. Okay, her main weapon is Clarisse's Bow Plus, which it's going to be an inheritable weapon on all your other archers, so a really great weapon there. And after this unit attacks, foes within 2 spaces of targets suffer attack and speed -5 through their next actions. And it's effective against flyers, of course, being a bow. So this is actually a really good weapon, and it's probably the best Grand Hero Battle unit weapon we've had since the ones that counter from 2 spaces. So this is a really great weapon to pass to your bow units. The debuff there of attack and speed -5 is a really powerful effect, and it's going to really hurt the opponents and really make them way less of an offensive presence. So really good weapon on her. Her special attacks are Night Sky and Glimmer. Glimmer is a pretty good one. It's going to add 50% to your damage dealt. And it's a 3-hit cooldown, so definitely not bad and pretty okay for fodder actually if you wanted to feed your Clarisse off to other units to get Glimmer on them. And another thing you can use her to pass on is Poison Strike 3, which she will have ready as a 4-star. And it's going to do 10 damage to the foe after any combat, so not bad for adding some chip damage to your opponents, but overall, it's in the B slot, so there's a couple of other B slot passives you may want to consider over this instead. So I'm not really sure if you would want to use that. It's certainly not a bad idea, but it really depends on what your build is and what you want your unit to actually be able to do. So moving on, her final passive is Threaten Defense 3, which is going to combo a bit with her Clarisse's bow, and it's going to inflict defense -5 to foes that are 2 spaces away, and that's going to stack with the attack and speed -5 that her weapon does. So really great skills there. I would say she's not bad at all in terms of skills. So let's go ahead and talk about her stats now. I'm going to compare her to everybody's favorite pineapple head, Takumi. So he is pretty much the premier archer. I would say he's the most common, and he's definitely been the most talked about. So as far as stats go, Takumi's got 40 health and Clarisse has got 37. So Takumi beats her in terms of HP. As far as attack goes, Takumi's got 32 and Clarisse has got 31. So he beats her there as well, albeit only by 1 point. So it's not the biggest deal in the world. Takumi is stronger, but not by much. And then in terms of speed, Takumi's got 33 and Clarisse has got 34. So Clarisse beats him in terms of speed by 1 point. So it's really negligible in similar fashion to their attack difference there. So moving on to defense, they have the exact same neutral defense, 25. So they're pretty samey on that front. And last but not least, we have res, which Takumi's got 18 and Clarisse has got 20. Res is not a bad stat for an archer to have because they will be fighting against opponents that attack from 2 spaces away most of the time. And that includes mages, so not bad for an archer to have access to good res. And Clarisse has better res than Takumi, but both of them have pretty low res, so I wouldn't make too much out of that. Overall, she's pretty much the exact same as Takumi, except with 3 less health. So they're practically the same unit. If you could not summon a Takumi with good IVs, then Clarisse is not a bad replacement since she's always going to have neutral IVs. So there's not too much worry about her having bad stats. But Takumi does also have the advantage of being able to have boons. So you could possibly get a plus attack Takumi with, I don't know, maybe minus res or minus defense or something that you don't need too much. So overall, Takumi is a bit better than Clarisse, and it's also going to be easier to get Takumi up to plus 10. So overall though, I would say Clarisse is certainly not a bad unit. She's definitely putting it in for the archer types, and she has a really great weapon to pass on to your other units. So I would say go ahead and try to get all 3 of the available Clarisses that you can win on Infernal and Lunatic and Hard Mode. It's not that bad. I would say this was probably way easier than the Legion Grand Hero Battle we had from a couple of days ago, because that one had reinforcements and this one doesn't really have reinforcements. So it's possible to get this one done, and I'm sure it's going to be way easier for the people out there that do the 3-star only runs to get this done as well. The reason why I don't really do 3-star only runs is because I don't really see the point. I mean, it's really fun and it's really epic to watch, to see the game just get shredded by 3 stars. But my personal opinion is that most people are not actually going to replicate what they see the 3-star people using. Like, if you have access to really good 5 stars and other really good units that you use in the arena, there's not too much reason not to use them in a Grand Hero Battle and try to win with as much ease as possible. So that's why I just use whatever team I have. I don't really use lower starred units to make it go harder, but also have a more impressive run, if I could say it that way, I guess. So yeah, guys, this is Tacho signing out. I would say Clarisse is not a bad unit. She's okay for skill fodder, and she's got a really great weapon. So yeah, this is Tacho signing out. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and as always, cheers, have a great day, and I hope to see you again soon.